The Bridle. Dear friends, in today's story, we will see what God commanded the Israelites to do if they ask for a king. God commanded them not to make whoever they choose as their king, but they should anoint only the person God chooses. They should set one from among their brothers as a king. Moses also explained what the person who is becoming king must follow. A country always strengthens its military force, right? When Israel gets a king, they will also try to strengthen their armed forces by buying more horses and chariots. God told them to control that. At that time, one of the countries which had the most horses and chariots was Egypt. God asked them not to go to Egypt to buy horses and chariots, so that they may not return to the land they came out of. God did not deliver them through the same route their forefathers took when 70 of them went to Egypt in the chariots of Pharaoh in the time of Joseph. There are many reasons for this. One of which is, if they go by the same route, the Philistines might come out for battle and the Israelites will go back to Egypt. In this wilderness journey, they grumbled against Moses and God many times, right? We know that they have even thought of choosing a new leader and going back to Egypt. They might have feared how the Red Sea will part again if they decide to go back. That might be why they dropped the plan. In that time, there was no GPS like today to help us reach our destination, right? Moses also reminded them that their dependency should not be on horses or chariots, nor on their armies. The horse is made ready for battle, but victory belongs to the Lord. Moses also commanded that the king should not take many wives, and he must not accumulate large amounts of silver or gold. In the beginning, when God made Eve as a suitable helper for Adam from his rib, God made only one Eve, right? God made man upright, but men have gone in search of many schemes. So man, who is fallen, was not satisfied with what God has given him, and took many wives. Israel later had a king who experienced the problems caused by having many wives. That is none other than Solomon, who had the wisdom of God. Solomon married not only Israelite women, but also women from other nations. Those women led Solomon's heart astray, and caused him to worship idols. Solomon's wisdom was not enough to save him from the enticement of these women. Later, Solomon wrote this about such women in one of his writings. I find more bitter than death the woman who is a snare, whose heart is a trap and whose hands are chains. The man who pleases God will escape her. It is because women like these will try to lead us astray from the true God that God commanded them not to take many wives. Moses reminded the Israelites that the king must not acquire a great number of horses to make his army strong, nor should he take many wives and be enticed by them, nor should he accumulate large amount of wealth and be proud. Instead, he should put a bridle on them and be submitted to God. Moses wrote down all the laws God gave till now and gave it to the priests who are Levites to place it beside the ark of the covenant of the Lord. The 10 commandments which God wrote on the tablets of stone were kept inside the ark. Like we have many copies of scripture today, at that time the Israelites did not have that. So, the king God chooses is to write for himself on a scroll a copy of the law taken from the priest, and he is to read it all the days of his life, so that he may learn to revere the Lord his God and follow carefully all the words of this law and these decrees, the constitution God gave to his people. These were the important instructions the one who becomes the king of Israel should follow. We will see how successful they were in following these commandments in the upcoming videos. In the next video, we will see a few other instructions Moses repeated. God bless you.